So today we're having Chidi Okoye with us to talk about project management and the things and the aspects surrounding project management. So a little about Chidi Okoye. He is a project manager with proficiency in talent management as well as product development. So I would like each and every one of us to welcome Chidi Okoye as we'll be giving this talk on project management. Over to you.
Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you guys just unmute?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
right. Um, Good morning, and thanks for having me, like for this session, right? And I've been avoiding this. Okay, yeah, I've been avoiding giving talks for quite some time now, and this will be the first talk I'll be giving in over 2 years. So I hope I don't mess up, right? So I'll be sharing my screen in a bit, and one thing I want to do is I want it to be very, very interactive. I want it to be an interactive section, right? I'll ask questions. I would ask random questions. You're free to ask me questions. If you don't understand anything, you're free to stop me and then tell me to like rethink that particular page or wherever I am, right? And one thing about talks is that if it's just a person speaking all through, it becomes boring, and then sometimes you don't get to learn from it. But when everybody contributes to it, ask questions, try to like get to know more, it helps, it broadens your knowledge. All right. So I'll share my screen now and then can go on from there. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the topic we'll be discussing today is actually focused on PMing, right? So I give it a subject of PMing as a career path, right? Aside from other technical parts from other parts in the tech career, right? There's another thing called PM, right? And we'll be discussing about it today. It's not just all about coding. There's also the management aspect of tech, which we'll be talking about today. So as you all know, my name is Chidi Okoye, and I'm program manager for Dev Careers, laptop for developers, and I'm really happy to be here today. So, but guys, can other people just comment? I want to know how many people I'm actually chatting with here, because I'll ask questions at the long run.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. First, please. Is anyone there? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Since a lot of people are typing, so you can just take the chat.
Okay, all right. So, just so you know, I won't see all questions until I'm done, or all comments. Maybe after that, then I'll go through the comments and then we can start discussing about that. So let me just start with this. So, first and foremost, let's try to demystify PM, right? Because a lot of people do not understand what PM actually means, right? So let's just try and break it down. And here we go. So the phrase PM can be broadened into different words. So we have progress management, we have project management, we have program management, and of course, if you're into politics, you have prime minister. But the key focus here are the ones I highlighted, which is the progress management, project management, and then program management, right? Now, Now, in today's context, right, we'll be focusing on just one of them, which is product management and all it entails. Like it's one of the most important parts of of a technology ecosystem. All right. So let's just go that way. Now, what's the product? So here I will need you guys to unmute your mic and then speak because I'm not seeing the chat. So I'll ask the question. So when you come on, you tell me your name or what you do, and then you give me your definition, and then you answer the question. All right. So in your own terms, define the word product. It's a simple task. Everybody has to like participate in this. And then you give 3 examples of products you've used within the last 12 hours. And why do you think it's a product?
Hi, good morning.
Yeah,
My
good
name is
morning. Okay.
I just got started in tech. What is
All
a
right.
product? A product is, to me, is
Yeah.
something that I can use to achieve a result or perform an action.
Okay.
You said 3 examples of products I've used within the last 12 hours. My
Yeah.
phone, my
Okay.
MacBook,
Okay.
and my
Okay.
system.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Who else? Who else can give us their own definition, please? Hello.
Okay, hi, good morning. I am Igoma.
Okay.
So I think a product is anything, maybe software or hardware
Okay.
that you use to achieve a goal. So I've made use
Mm-hmm.
of my phone, my laptop,
Mm-hmm.
and some other applications in the last 12 hours. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you. I need like 3 more people, please. Let's just try to like
Hello,
friends
good
like
afternoon.
yeah.
Good morning.
All right. Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Okay, so I'll say a product is anything that actually fulfills a need.
Okay.
For example, biscuit is a
Okay.
product,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
an application that maybe checks or tracks progress can
Okay.
be a product.
Okay.
A body cream too can also be a product.
Yeah, 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 it can. It can. But in this context, we're focusing on tech. See, so if possible, let's just focus on that context for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I need somebody else. Hello. I need somebody else to give me their own definition of product before we move on. Is that all? Okay then. Let me move on then. So, what's a product? A product is a tangible good or service that is offered by an organization or individual which provides a bundle of benefits, both physically or virtually, to a user. Right? Number one, the Google Meets we're using for this call, for this session, is a product because it offers a tangible service offered by Google. The WhatsApp you're making use to chat, like you used to chat, is a product, it's a tangible product offered by Facebook, right? And then its benefits, you use it to communicate. It's a chatting platform, right? So that's it. Now, what is product management? Why does a product need to be managed, right? Who can answer that for me? Like, I need some insight.
I think a product needs to be managed because the direction by which, like what the features the product has, or the
Yeah.
direction in which the product is going, has to be
Okay.
defined by some set of people, because there are
Yes.
plenty things you can do with a product. So they like to direct the direction and to like create a roadmap for what
Yeah, sure.
the product is.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Who else has their own initiative? Like, why do you think the product needs to be managed? I need somebody else point of view.
I feel a product needs to be managed
Yeah.
because we need to ensure that okay, this product that we want to put out there, does it satisfy our customers? Is it going to
Yeah.
increase the company's sales? What benefits
Yes.
will it bring to both the staff and also
Mm-hmm.
the end users? But every business has to like put their end users first because customers bring money.
Sure.
Customers are
Sure.
happy, the staff
Sure.
too will be happy. So I think that's it.
Wow. That's. Does anybody want to add something else before I move on? Okay. So now, what is product management? Product management is an organizational function that guides every step of a product's life cycle, from development to positioning and pricing, by focusing on the product and its customer first and foremost. I feel this is just too vague. So, like, too much grammar, right? So, now we're going to go back to it in layman terms, like me and you can understand, right? Product management is the process of ideating. So that's when you're like thinking about ideas, bringing out ideas about your products, right? Planning, like breaking down your ideas into stages. Developing, that's when we get into the engineering aspect of a product. Testing, where you're done and you're prototyping, you're trying to see where you did wrong and then things to fix. Launching, you're taking it to the market, trying to offer to people to use, right? And then withdrawing, when you find out that it's not serving its purpose, right? And then it's not making the proper revenue that's required, can withdraw your product, right? So this is the very basic definition of product management, right? Now, question of the day, who is a product manager? Right, who's going to give me the answer?
Um, I feel a product manager is someone who is in charge of product management. No pun intended. But the thing is, it's someone who is in charge of making sure the products meet the demands of
Yeah,
consumers. The
yeah.
person is in charge of making sure the product passes all necessary tests,
Yeah.
making sure the product is launched as at when due, and making
Yes.
sure the developers are on their game.
Yes. I think I have a point there. Yeah, yeah. Correct. Correct. Thank you for that. Who else wants to define product management for us? Product manager rather. There are different ways you can define it. Just give your own words and that'll be fine. Anybody?
Okay. I feel a product manager can also be said to be a supervisor of a team of developers and designers, someone who
Hmm.
is also the bridge between the company and the
Yeah.
users and also the stakeholders. So he has to portray the
Yes.
interest of the client at every
Yeah.
meeting and also
Mm-hmm.
liaise with developers and stakeholders on the best way to go about launching products and setting features. Thank you.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting. That's weird. Thank you. Now, a product manager is the person who identifies the customer needs and business objectives that a product or feature will fulfill, articulates what success looks like for a product, and rallies a team to turn that vision into a reality. So, like you just mentioned earlier, it's just simply it's just more like a summarized version of it. The product manager is a person who stands in between the business side, the engineering side and then the customer's need, right? They're more like, I call them middlemen, right? They kind of like wear many hats, right? You go to the engineering part, you see them there. You go to the marketing part, you see them there. When it comes to customer service, sometimes you see them there because they're trying to understand the problem the customer is facing while using the product. And then most times you tend to see them having meetings with the stakeholders who are the owners of the company. You're trying to inform them how the product is doing in the market, like features they should add next, and then things to do just to make the product a success, right? So now, yes, so there's always a misconception in Nigeria per se, yes, yeah. So a lot of people kind of like mix a product manager and a project manager together, whereas they are two different things, like two different things. They do different things, right? A product manager is not a project manager, right? A project manager is fully responsible for successfully initiating, designing, planning, controlling, and executing, monitoring, and closing a project within an organization or a firm. Like, they are way different. But I'm sorry to say this, but in Nigeria as a country, right, most companies tend to hire a product manager to do a role or to fill in a role of a project manager. And sometimes they hire a project manager to fill in the role of both a project manager and a product manager. And if you ask them why, they will tell you, oh, should you guys are PM, right? They just conclude that word PM means as long as there's a manager behind it, you should be able to handle everything. But no, they are two different things. Now, these are key factors, key functions to differentiate both of them, right? A product manager's key function includes researching, setting product visions, communicating vision to stakeholders, developing strategic plans, creating and maintaining a product roadmap. The focus here is on the particular product, right? While a project manager, his or her function includes breaking down initiatives into tasks, planning project timelines, allocating resources, monitoring task completion rather, communicating progress to stakeholders. They are two different things, right? Now, important skills a product manager should possess. Yeah. Number one is collaboration. You need to be able to collaborate with different teams. You'll be working with marketing, you'll be working with your customers, you'll be working with the engineering team, you'll be working with your stakeholders. Like, you need to collaborate, share your ideas between them. Otherwise, you have a problem. Communication, you need to know how to share information, you need to know how to talk to people, you need to know how to express yourself. It will help you. It will help people around you understand which direction you're coming from and which direction you're heading towards, right? Quick iteration. When the customer gives a feedback, or when you guys have gotten, when the product manager has gotten like tons of feedback from customers, you need to be swift enough to break it down and then pass the information into different departments. Engineering, this is what you're meant to do. Let's iterate this fast. Marketing, this is what you're meant to do. Like, just quick iteration. Time management. You need to be able to manage your time consumption, because whatever you're doing, you're more like there's a deadline attached for it, and then you need to manage your time because there are a lot of things involved. Because you're in charge of the engineers, you're in charge of the feedback to be relayed back to your customers. Like, all these things, you need to know how to do it, right? Now, multitasking. Like I mentioned earlier, a product manager wears so many hats. Sometimes, when the engineers are backrolling and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, if you're technical enough, as a PM, you can jump into the code base and write code yourself. And when the marketer is having some issues, they don't understand it, you can jump in and take off the wheels and try to like fix things. When your customer support is giving your customers a different attitude or a wrong attitude, you always jump in and engage your customers, right? Like a direct conversation with your customer, right? So these are things you need to be, so you need to be able to multitask properly. You need to be able to, like, you need to be innovative. Always think outside the box, because what you're doing impacts life. So you need to be very consistent, right? Ability to influence positively. That's one. You need to have leadership, people leadership, be able to like lead people the right way, teach them the right things to do, right? Writing of PRDs. So PRDs is called product requirement document. It's a document that contains everything about the particular product you're building, from the features to the user stories, to the goals, to the mission and vision. As a product manager, you should be able to write that document. You should be able to make user research, make surveys, right? Create roadmaps, have the ability to say no. I'll give an example. Because I run DSC in a lab, does not mean I can wake up this morning and say, oh, or let's assume the leaders of DSC in lab wake up this morning and say, oh, hey guys, want to integrate fleets to DSC in lab. As a PM, you have like, you just need to think through and then tell them, capital no, this will not work. And these are the reasons why it cannot work, right? You need to be able to like say no to your stakeholders and then give them reasons why they should stand with it. You need to be able to prioritize, right? And then you need to understand user experience. You need to have a proper design thinking process. Am I communicating? Am I speaking to myself alone? Is everyone here?
Yes, we are following you. We are enjoying it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So now, what are the roles of a product manager, right? Now, the product manager has a lot of functions in the company. And then I'll start by number one. One of the most important roles here is to define the product vision, define the strategy you're going to use, and also define the roadmap for a product. And another thing is, sorry, there must be a comma there. A product manager gathers, manages, and prioritizes markets and customer requirements. So when the customer give you feedback, right, as a PM, your role is to gather everything, go through it, prioritize which one is important. I'll give an example. So let's say we release a product into the market, and then after like 2 hours, we get like 100 feedback saying, oh, login is not working, sign up is not working. And then we got another one again that is saying, oh, I was able to log in, but I can't access my dashboard, kind of thing. If I'm to ask, if you have to prioritize, which one will you prioritize between those two? I need your feedback. Hello?
Please, can you say the
Hello,
question
can you hear
again?
me?
Yeah, I said, like in a particular scenario where as a PM, you're getting feedbacks, right? And some of the feedback you're getting
Right,
is
we are following.
that number one, oh, sign up is not working, login is not working, I can't sign up, I can't log in. And then some other ones are telling you, oh, I can sign up, I can log in, but I can't access my dashboard, right? As a PM, if you have to prioritize here, which one would you prioritize first and why would you prioritize it?
I think for me, if it was me, I was going to prioritize people that can log in but cannot access their dashboard. We could say that for people that can't log in, we could say that we
Yeah.
are following a maintenance, like a routine maintenance, and say that we are working on something. But for people
Okay.
that can sign in, we need to be able to figure out, because in the long run, even people that can't sign in, when they sign in, they will need to be able to access their dashboard. So that would be my
Okay.
priority. And I just say we are undergoing a routine maintenance or something of some sort.
Okay. Does anyone has anything to add there? No, I need people's feedback.
Do you have to prioritize? Can't you just tell him to use the phone that is working?
Must always be violent.
Hello. For me, I think I'm going to prioritize those that are able to log in also, just like Geek has said, because since they are able to log in, the next thing should be I should work on the dashboard, like try to make the dashboard work and later go back to those people that are unable to log in. For the fact that they are unable to log in at first means they are in the process of going with the plan of the project.
Mm. Okay, well, I have an observation here. Hope you know that in that situation, there's a probability of you losing a lot of users because they can't sign up and they can't log into your platform. Did you consider that aspect too?
Yeah, it depends. Like if the amount of people that are complaining about signing are more than people that are complaining about the people about reaching the dashboard, can't see their dashboard, then I think it's right to prioritize people that can't sign in because those ones are more. That's what
All
I
right.
think.
Okay. So if I'm the one in that situation, what I'll do is I'll first compare which and which is more impactful. Now it depends. If our product is just new to the market, if it's a new product to the market, all my primary goals there will be user retention, right? And in that situation, I would have to prioritize my sign up process and login process because if a user cannot sign up within a minute or two, I'll close the tab and go away. I'm not doing anything again, right? I'm that kind of user too. I think majority of us are that kind of users, right? You go on a platform and it's taking you almost like 5 minutes to get into the main page. You just close the tab and then you walk away. Right? So as a PM, your job, your role is to make sure those tiny feedbits are being fixed properly, right? You get a requirement from customers, you prioritize, then you pass it to the departments to fix it. Now, the third one is, as a PM, one of your role is to act as a customer advocate, right? Articulating the users and the buyers' need. You are in the team, in your team, your company, you're always most likely to, like they will say, the devil's advocate. Whatever they are saying, you're always saying, my user cannot like this, my user cannot do this. You're always advocating for your user. You want the best thing for your users. Your users are complaining that we are filling tons of forms before we can even get into the product. We don't want that. Can't you just sign up with Google or sign in with Google? You are trying to convince the team that, fam, you guys have to do this. This is the best. This is what my user wants, right? You are standing as the attorney, like the lawyer for your users, right? Whatever they want, you have to deliver it to them. That's it. And the fourth one is, as a PM, one of your roles includes working closely with engineering, sales, marketing, and then you support to ensure business case and customer satisfaction goals are met. I mentioned this earlier that a product manager wears several hats, right? You go to the engineering department, they are there. You go to the sales department, you see them there. Marketing, they are championing there. Support team, they are there. Like every part that comes together to make sure that that product moves forward, the PM is always involved there, right? Now, the fifth one is not really compulsory, right? But if as a PM, if you have it, it's very, very important, which is technical product knowledge. Not all PMs are technical, right? Yes, they can work with engineering teams, but not all of them are technical. Not all of them understand what API is. Not all of them understand. All they know is product life. There are some like that, right? There are some that they will tell you, fam, this API is not working. Can you do this? Can you do this? Right? So, but it's a plus as a PM if you have a technical product knowledge or a specific domain expertise. So most times I tend to advise people, right? Before you can go into product management, try, like endeavor to have a bit of technical knowledge. At the long run, it will really help you balance things. Whatever engineering teams are speaking won't appear to you as gibberish. Like you would understand it and you can relate comfortably, right? Not when the CTO is telling you, oh, the so and so endpoint or the third-party endpoint you are consuming is down, and then you be asking like, what is an endpoint? Like, I don't understand. I just want the product to go live. Like, all these kind of situations will be avoided, right? So that's it. But it's not a crime if you're not technically inclined. We have PMs that are coming from sales background, are coming from marketing background, like, you understand me? So they don't necessarily have to be technical, but their goal still remains for the success of the product. And then when they have any engineering problems, they tend to approach the head of engineering to more like explain to them in layman terms so that I can understand what problems they're encountering engineering wise. So that's it. Now, one of the roles again for product managers is to act as a product leader within the company. Yes, like, so you have a CEO, the CEO owns the company, right? But indirectly, that product, you are the CEO of that product, because whatever you say in that product is more like final to it, right? Your stakeholders, they don't know anything. They only just to pump in money there. They will tell you, oh, Adeton, we want to add stories to this our product. You'll be like, okay, why? Like, you counter them and give, excuse me, you can't add this, right? This is my product. This is why we cannot add it. This is the stress we're going to go through. You're fighting for everybody. You're fighting for your product. Excuse me, you can't keep my product, right? I'm just trying to put that slang, but in a more polite way, rather, right? They communicate with the entire team as the owner of the product, as the CEO of the product. You are the leader of the product, right? So another role that comes in here is to develop the business case of new products, improvement on existing products, and business ventures. So I'll take Twitter as an example. A few months ago, there was nothing like fleets on Twitter, right? And I'm pretty sure a product manager came on and be like, damn, this is what's happening right now, right? Let's integrate something that looks like story on our platform. And then business-wise, these are the benefits we're going to get from it, right? And these are the things we can do with it. These are what we're trying to achieve with it, right? The purpose for every feature you add in a product, there has to be a business reason to it, aside from just the fun part or the technological part or the user experience part. There's always a business reason to it. It has to make money. There has to be a revenue part from it, all right? Now, and then the last one for me here is regularly reviews completed work and checks with customer to ensure that it meets the customer expectation. Yes, so engineering will tell you that, oh, we've fixed sign up and then we've rolled it out, announce it so that the customers can update their app and then try to access the product. So your work is to always review and make sure that, like, most PMs tend to, how do I explain this? They tend to have several devices. So they have different laptops. They have a normal laptop. They have the normal big screen, that's the large screen. They will have different devices, mobile devices, from the iOS to the Android. All this to help them test products. Indirectly, they are more like QAs, quality assurance testers. Like, so they want just to go through the app and make sure it's doing the right thing and then nothing is missing, right? So, and then that's it. So now let's talk about tools product managers use. So let's talk here. Can somebody mention a few tools you know? Like, just mention it and then let's go from there. Hello.
We can hear you, boss.
I think PMs.
Afana.
Okay.
I think you can make use of Trello for collaboration.
Okay. Yeah.
Jira too.
Okay. What else?
You people use tools. Use your mouth to shout at all the time.
What?
I said I didn't know you guys use tools. I know you used to shout. But wait, you use GitHub. I know some people use GitHub projects.
Project. Yeah.
I guess Trello,
Yeah.
Pivotal Tracker.
Yes.
That's all my brain can come up with.
Okay, that's good. Who else want to add to that? Okay. So let me just go straight to that point. So there are tons of tools and their purposes, right? So we start from there's the productivity and communication tools, right? We have Slack. You find most PMs using Slack to communicate with team members, right? We have G Suites. G Suites will include Gmail, Google Forms, Google Sheets, anything that has to do with that will serve as productivity for you, right? Google has it. We have Zoom that we're currently using right now. In fact, what's it called? The Google Meet that we're using is under G Suite, yeah? So Zoom for communication, we have Discord for communication and productivity, right? Now, for prototyping, PMs make use of Figma to just create a little prototype of their product. We have Balsamic if you're trying to create wireframes, right? We have Adobe XD, you can use it for your wireframes and prototype too. InVision too, same thing. You can also use Figma for wireframing too, yeah? Now we have analytics tools. We have Google Analytics. This goes to the marketing side of the product. We have the analytics tools. We have Google Analytics. We have Tableau. We have HubSpot rather. We have Optimizely, right? And then for the task management itself. So the thing here is, a lot of people just believe that the main tool that PM use is just the Pivotal Tracker, Trello, Jira, and all. Now, these are just for task management. That's just one part of their job, right? So for task management, they make use of Pivotal Tracker. This is for the PM that is technically inclined, right? Pivotal Tracker, Trello. Trello is of the Kanban system. By Kanban system, I mean you can have your backlogs, you can have your to-do, doing, and done, and then you just move them with cards, right? Like I can move my doing to done, move my to-do to doing, all this kind of stuff. Then Clubhouse is just like, I don't say explain Clubhouse. I've used it just once. Just like it's a very busy place too. Not the Clubhouse on Twitter that I shared on Twitter. That one is different. We have Asana or Asana. I don't know how they call it, but it sounds Japanese. And yeah, Asana is quite similar to Clubhouse to some extent, right? And then we have Notion. Notion is good. With Notion you can do a lot of things aside from task management, right? Then we have Jira. Jira is the king of all. We have Jira is owned by Atlassian, and then it's integrated across their platforms. If you're making use of Bitbucket, you can simply integrate it with Jira, like straightforward. We have GitHub projects. Yeah, GitHub projects looks like it's very similar to Trello. It follows the Kanban system too, right? You can move from the to doing and the done thing, right? And there's something that's missing here, which a lot of people actually believe that it's just a developer tool, but it's actually not just a developer tool, and that is version control system, right? As a PM, you need to be quite familiar with version control, Git and GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, all those kind of things, and how they work, right? You'll be able to go through it and say, oh, we have these are PRs inclined, these are things we need to do, these are things we need to do. You should understand that. Now for customer feedback, right, and surveys, we have Google Forms, we have Typeforms, we have Microsoft Forms, and so many others, right? Now for creating roadmaps and product strategy, we have Airtable, we have Excel sheets, we have AHA, and we have Google Sheets. I always say Airtable is just Google Sheets and Excel that went to Harvard. It's so fancy. If you go through it, it's very, very beautiful. Like you can customize it very well, right? And then for user onboarding, trying to onboard your user, we have Intercom, we have customer.io, and then we have MailChimp. I think take Cowley-Wise or PiggyVest make use of intercom for their communication. If you try to go there to read their blog, they send it to their intercom, right? So these are the tools. These are, or let me say, these are just few tools that product managers make use to perform their tasks, right? And if you can understand how all these things works, trust me, I believe you have the domain knowledge to be able to participate or to function as a PM, as a product manager. All right. And yeah, that ends my presentation. So I'm open to questions, please. Let me check if there are questions on the okay. So please, I'm open to questions. So guys, please feel free to ask me questions, please.
Please, can we get into the slides?
Yes, I would drop the link to the slide. Yes, sure. Try to put it on the chat right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello.
Right. Yeah, sure.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so basically, I want to ask about the tools that you mentioned.
Okay.
Out of about maybe 50 or how many of them do you use?
By you myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me check. The only ones I'm not familiar with here is only on the analytics side, which is W, Hotspot, and Optimizely. I'm not familiar with it, but the rest, I think I'm quite good with the rest. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Do I need any special skills to be a PM? How easy is it to break into PM? So you don't need any special skills to be a PM. So for me, right, I always tell people the most important thing here is the intention, right? When you use a product and then you feel that it can be better, that shows the traces of that shows a trait of you being interested in making things better. Yeah, like you can actually go in as a PM for that. And then if you're the type that you like putting things in order, right? You're very orderly, you're very like you know how to sort yourself, right? You should try to consider it, all right? And then how easy is it to break into PM? It depends on your approach, right? For example, since let me come into this perspective. You're in a community already and you guys build products, right? You can start up from there to manage the products, try to like understand how the product works, interact with users, interact with the engineering team. Gradually, you're entering the system. All right. It's very how do I put it? It's easy to some extent, but at the same time, it's frustrating because not every time you get what you want. So that's it. Is product management lucrative in this part of the world? Yes, it is. It is. It is very, very lucrative. And a lot of people don't know this. An average salary for a PM is between, let me come down to Nigeria. So if you're going into PMing as a junior PM, your salary should be between 150,000 to about 250,000 as a junior PM, right? And then for a senior PM, your salary should be at the range of from 250 upwards. All right. Now, in a proper company, a PM is meant to be earning more than the developer because you're actually in charge of the developer, right? Without the PM, the developers cannot function. So abroad, right? So there's if you try to check salary scale or check Glassdoor, for example, you see, for example, in Shopify, for example, Shopify pays their PM about $100,000 to about $210,000 annually, right? But a developer cannot earn up to that to some extent, right? So because the PM wears different hats, like different hats, right? So yes, it's very lucrative. And then if you have the right certification, there's one certification for it, which is the AIPA, that's Association of International Product manager and marketing certification. If you have it, you're how do I put it? You're 1 in a million. And then before company can hire you, they need to have like some properties in their bank before they can hire you. All right. So if you asked, she said, you said we have 3 kinds of management. Are there tools different too? So yeah, I mentioned we have 3, which is product, project, and program. To some extent, their tools are not different. It depends on the kind of approach. For example, at Dev Careers, right? I'm the program manager for it, and almost all the tools I mentioned, we make use of it, aside from the marketing part of it. Make use of Zoom, make use of Slack, make use of Priority Tracker, make use of Trello. I'm just a program manager, right? Make use of Google Doc, make use of Google Sheets. What else? Make use of version control. I go through your code base. Sometimes, as a PM, I do code reviews too, right? Because I came from a technical background, right? So, so the organization will end up having more meetings than actually working. In SAPA level, no one to only do process stuff. So in Nigeria here, there's a problem we always have, which is the founders of the company always trying to have the final say, which I always say sometimes it is wrong, right? As a founder, if you say A, doesn't mean A should stand. If a PM comes and tell you, sir, C is the best way to approach, and here's my reason, go with C. But Nigerian company, they get coconut, they're like, no, is it your company? I'm paying you your salary. So you have to put A for me, put this button here. And the PM will be like, why would I put this button here? Button needs to be here. The company will tell you, no, I want the button to be there. Now, when the product is not working, then they'll come and blame the PM that your product is not working. Whereas it is the CEO that said they should put button at the top. So those kind of miscommunication happens a lot here in this Nigeria, which is why I've noticed a lot of people are really not going to PM. Everybody just wants to write code and make the change and run away. So let me see other questions that I can ask. Yeah, now another thing is a lot of people have a misconception that PMs tend to stress developers, right? But it's actually the opposite, right? The PM is meant to make a developer's life easier because you are trying to, a PM can never tell you to, I want 100 features live by Monday. No, PM will tell you, okay, our rollout plan is this. By Monday, let's have sign up out. By next week, we should have profile updates up. We should have this up. Like there's a timeline for each feature. Each feature has a particular timeline attached to it. That is if we're going to the proper product roadmap, right? The PM and the developer are meant to have this brother and sister relationship kind of thing. But in Nigeria, it's different. They're always fighting. Someone woke up and say, I'll go fine. Never question the product. Now I'll tell you, I'll go no bring like. But it's meant to be like a sisterly to brotherly communication thing between the PM. Like they're meant to work hand in hand. So that's it. And which other question do I have here? Okay. Can I drop a link to certification and where you can learn this stuff? So recently I took a course at Product Dive, right? So if you're interested, you can, let me get to the link. It's run by Toby Tokiti, right? So that's the link to Product Dive. You can take their course, right? They have different courses. They have the cheap ones you can take for 15,000. There is 10,000. There is 20,000. Like that's part of the product, of the products, right? I think product prioritization is about 15K or thereabout, right? Or if you want to learn the complete package, right? Like everything, I think it's about 135,000, which is what I did, and that was like 2 months ago. Like it's about 135,000, right? And I don't know. I think they just completed a particular cohort yesterday. Cohort 7 was ended, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, right? So now, another question is, as a PM, how would you tell a client that something went wrong and timeline can't be met? It's simple communication. So, which is as I mentioned last time, communication is a very important aspect of being of a product manager, right? If due to some reasons, right, most likely technical reasons, the company is unable to meet up with clients' timing and need to communicate. It's simple. Go straight to the point. It's an apology letter with what happened and then how you think you can solve it and when you can solve it. For example, if you're going to deliver a product to a client, let's say you work with an agency and you're meant to deliver a product for Lacasera, for example, and then at the long run, instead of Lacasera, you want to write Lacampine or something, there's a mistake in the text, and then you need to make the changes. Just tell the client, okay, this was what happened, right? And due to this reason, we will require an additional 7 days extension, right? Which will enable us to deliver so and so, and then we make sure we deliver it so and so dates, and then add a calendar invite to it to schedule a meeting. If you can communicate this way, yes, the company might be pissed off at some point, but if that proper communication is there, they will have nothing but to understand from your own perspective, right? It's very, very important. Like they will have no option but to be like, okay, at least he or she gave us what happened, how he or she's going to solve it, and then when he or she's going to solve it. So that works. All right. Nigerian tailors need to learn PM sharp. Well, not learn PM, but they just need to have some skills for PM, because I feel they've disappointed a lot of people, and then it's ruined their reputation. Imagine a tailor asking you a day to your traditional wedding, or guy, you should do your wedding tomorrow because I never started to sew your clothes. Just imagine. Why? Because he does not have proper time management skills. He has been working on several projects. He has forgotten that I have my wedding tomorrow. He's sewing another person's clothes. He's not calling me and he's asking me that he's my wedding tomorrow, that he has not started sewing. Voila. All right. So, please, any other question? I'm still open for questions. Please, if you have questions, please throw it out.
Can you let us what can we do to get a discount on this 135K product dive project management?
I really don't know. I really don't know, because sometimes, so for my own, to be honest, yes, I got a discount for my own. It was a birthday gift for me, and they gave me a discount, right? And then from time to time, I think Toby do make announcements regarding giving discounts, right? And then if you're also interested, I can add you to the Slack workspace. I can send in this. You have a Slack workspace where you can have. Let me drop the link, and then let me get the link and I'll drop it. Almost like I'll send it to PMing. Let me see if I can get it here. Give me a few minutes, please. A few minutes, please.
It's starting January 13. My birthday is January 12th. Now they can give me discounts. Now birthday discount.
Well, yeah, if you can make the request on Twitter, fine. Because Twitter has become a what is it called? How do I put it? I don't know how to put it now. Like a channel for requests and then a lot of things. Okay, so that's the product drive Slack channel. You can join it. It's a group of stuff, right? Now, as a PM, do you need to have coding skills? It's not compulsory, right? It's not necessary. Yeah, even though yes, there's an advantage to it. As a PM, if you have coding skills, you won't have problems understanding engineering team and their technical jargons. You won't have any problem. So if someone like Bam is telling you that, oh, I'm trying to connect to this API, it's bouncing back, it's not working, it's giving me some error, blah, 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 you won't feel odd. You understand what's happening. You can even interact with her on that matter. But if you do not have it, right, it's not bad. But the only thing here is you just need to plead with Bami. Bami, I don't understand what API means. What is the main problem? Explain to me in layman terms, right? That's how it works. There are two ways. So as a PM, it's not compulsory for you to have coding skills now, but it's a plus if you understand the technical terms and how coding works, right? Hey, Bami, are you single? I'm not single. I'm in a relationship. I have a girlfriend now. Thank you. Ernest, are you hiring? No, I'm not hiring. No, I don't have a company yet. I'm not hiring. Yeah, Prosperity. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. So, do you have any other question? No, I didn't hear your question. Ifion, I didn't hear your question. Let me get it, please. Ifion, where is Ifion? Sorry, I'm looking for it. Okay, do PM also learn question because almost is too much? So, a PM only pester you when you are laid back from delivering what you're meant to deliver. For example, let's assume we have a deadline for Friday, right? And since last week, you've been postponing me, telling me, oh, this is not working, this is not working. Trust me, as a PM, I'll pester you. And to get to a point, I have to report to management that, excuse me, this person is not delivering what I want. Remember, if you're working with timelines, the pestering will not be that much. Well, if you're just the, how to put it, the type that don't work with deadlines and the likes, I won't be surprised if the pestering is just too much, right? But if you have timelines, deadlines, you won't have problems with pestering at all. They only pester you when they feel like this guy is not doing enough, right? So I will only pester you, for example, if I'm working on something and then probably I need to beat up the deadline, right? If I'm to pester you that much, that means let's assume let's let me put a context to it now. Let's assume deadline is on Monday, right? And today is Friday. And I want to speed up things. I know, okay, I gave a deadline of Monday, but I want to have it before Monday. I can find a lot of things. Don't come and offer me pizza. And I can offer you, okay, this will happen. So some PMs will be like, okay, I'll offer you lunch. I'll offer you, like, just try to patronize the developer, try to make the person happy, for the person to deliver your work faster, right? You still tell you, the PM will tell you, I'll give you pizza. They'll tell you lunch on me. They'll tell you, okay, your Uber trip is on me. All this kind of like incentive just to make the developer not feel stressed and happy to deliver your work. These are little things PM try to do when they feel that I want to request for something that is against our normal arrangement. Yeah. Chidi has changed status. Ernest, I didn't change my status. Yeah, oh, that one I've changed since. Don't worry, I've changed it since. So, do you have any other question, please? Let's go and eat Amala Yaba, please. Hello, nobody's talking.
Who has questions?
I
What
mentioned I've
that you
asked.
answer, B?
Okay. That will be later. Don't worry, not now. When next will such meeting hold again? It depends on.
Anyways, thank you very much. I've learned
Yeah.
a lot of.
All right, boss.
Okay, I don't think we have any more questions again. No one is asking questions. Thank you, Chidi, for today's session. Honestly, it was actually like, it actually opened my eyes because I usually see project management as something else. But now I see it like I have a different point of view of project management. So, thank you again for spending your time to teach us and enlighten us. So I think this is going to be the end of a session for today. So the person that was asking when next are we going to have this? It depends. It's going to be definitely next year, even if any event is holding. I think this is the last event for us as a DSC this year because let's go and enjoy ourselves. It's the end of the year. We need to flex. So tomorrow we'll be having the end of the year event for DSCs in Nigeria. So if you've not registered, I just sent the link and you can register and you come, there'll be giveaways. Today there's no giveaway because I don't know. The person that was meant to send me money did not send me money. So there's no giveaway today. And also for those who were late, this session is being recorded. So anytime from now, this night or tomorrow, you will be seeing the YouTube link to this recording. So thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your time to listen. And bye. Have a lovely day.